that's going to cause your liver to be sluggish. And this can lead to slow clearance of estrogen, which can lead to estrogen dominant symptoms like heavy painful periods, heavy bleeding, PMS symptoms, PMDD, your skin flaring, your period pain worsening, post-pill hair loss, as well as mood swings and anxiety. So the liver has to be supported before hormones can balance as well. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of She's in Sync, the podcast for women looking to have a safe, confident transition off of birth control and heal their hormones naturally. I'm so excited you're here. Today, we are going to be diving into something that I've seen on a lot of Facebook groups, Reddits, TikToks, things like that. There have been a lot of misinformation about when to expect hormone symptoms to stop or expecting hormone symptoms to level out after stopping birth control naturally. And I want to call out the elephant in the room here because just wait 6 months and your hormones will level out and all these symptoms will magically disappear is not true. And it leaves far too many women struggling with post-birth control syndrome for months, for years after stopping. So things like acne, bloating, heavy periods, mood swings, no period at all. So today I want to explain why the just wait advice is incomplete, outdated, and honestly sets women up for failure and frustration. And then walk you through what actually needs support before and after stopping birth control for a smoother transition. Or if you've already stopped, which that's mostly who I'm going to be talking to in this episode, because just wait and see, right? Like keep waiting, it'll just normalize, but then it's not, and you're feeling like you're broken. What to do to reverse engineer it and identify what your body is actually needing. So what people mean when they say just wait 6 months is that your body needs time to wake up its natural hormone production, which technically is true, right? So if you've been on artificial hormones, aka birth control, for months, years, most women I work with, the average woman is on birth control for 10 plus years by the time she sees me. And the pill does suppress natural ovulation. So it shuts down your natural hormone production and it suppresses, therefore, ovulation. So when you stop, these things need to rekindle. Your body needs to relearn how to produce its own natural hormones to therefore have you successfully ovulate. And your hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis needs time to fire back up. This signaling from, your hypothalamus to pituitary gland to your ovaries needs time to fire back up so that you can successfully ovulate, aka your hormones are functioning optimally. So again, this is technically true. This can take up to 2 to 6 months to regain ovulation. However, it's technically also ignoring the deeper layers of hormone imbalance that are making it difficult for your hormones to balance back out to begin with. So while your body does need time to relearn all those things, all those natural functions, this advice is still misleading because it's assuming that hormones are the only system affected by birth control. It ignores those deeper layers of hormone balance, mineral depletion, inflammation, gut dysfunction, a sluggish detox pathway, etc. So by assuming your hormones will regulate even if your foundations are off or struggling, that is very misinformed. And that's why so many women are waiting, and that 6 month mark comes and it goes, and they're still struggling with acne or period issues or bloating or whatever. So I want to talk a little bit about what birth control actually impacts and why symptoms are persisting past the 6 month mark. The first thing is mineral depletion. So birth control depletes zinc, magnesium, vitamins like B vitamins, vitamin C, selenium. And this matters because minerals literally run the body, right? Minerals are important for regulating mood, for skin health, thyroid function, blood sugar balance, inflammation. And if minerals are low, hormones can't stabilize properly. The next thing is gut disruption. So birth control affects the microbiome of the gut. It encourages the growth of bad bacteria and it discourages the growth of good bacteria, which can increase your risk of dysbiosis, so overgrowth of bad bacteria compared to good bacteria, candida, and encourage parasites as well, and H. pylori. It can thin out the gut lining, which is commonly referred to as leaky gut, or as we call it in the health space, the correct term technically is intestinal permeability, where the tight, it's like a fence. Let me use this analogy. It's easier to explain. So it's like a fence. If you have like lots of holes in your fence, things can get through your fence. Like someone could like put their hand through your fence and like drop trash in your yard where you don't want it, right? So it's the same thing with your gut. If there's lots of holes in your gut lining, your fence, particles that should stay in your intestines can go through the gut lining and get into the bloodstream, which can therefore impact the rest of your body and cause inflammation, including inflammation to your brain and mood instability. So that's really, really important versus having a fence that is sealed tight and no one can drop unwanted trash in your yard, right? Food particles and other things can't go through the lining and into the bloodstream. That therefore is sent to other areas where it's not supposed to go in the body and cause widespread inflammation. Birth control can also, impact stomach acid. So if you have low stomach acid, it can make it so that you are not absorbing the nutrition from the food. And this can lead to digestive issues, skin issues like acne, psoriasis, eczema, bloating, gas, a ton of different things. And that can have downstream effects into period and mood as well. And this matters because the gut regulates estrogen detox, nutrient absorption, like we just talked about, inflammation, acne pathways, and mood. So if your gut's off, you're not absorbing minerals or clearing hormones effectively. And this can contribute to, again, widespread inflammation. Also, your liver detox pathways slow down. Your detoxification pathways slow down. So birth control adds a toxic burden every single day you're taking it. And then you combine that with just walking through your city and just natural contaminants that we're exposed to, pesticides. Like, unfortunately, we just are exposed to so much. And if our detox pathways are slowed down due to this medication and due to just an overburdened system in general, then that's going to cause your liver to be sluggish. And this can lead to slow clearance of estrogen, which can lead to estrogen dominant symptoms like heavy painful periods, heavy bleeding, PMS symptoms, PMDD, your skin flaring, your period pain worsening, post-pill hair loss, as well as mood swings and anxiety. So the liver has to be supported before hormones can balance as well. And then one particular thing I want to call out is copper imbalance for many women. So birth control often increases copper and reduces zinc. And this can have a lot of significant mood symptoms and inflammatory symptoms. So anxiety, panic attacks, acne, PMS, headaches, heavy painful periods, insomnia, ADHD symptoms, hair loss, the list goes on and on and on, because essentially it's a metal that is toxic to your body if there is too much of it and your body can't clear it. So this imbalance doesn't fix itself by just waiting. These imbalances don't fix themselves just by waiting. And if you were put on birth control for a reason other than pregnancy prevention or in combination, so if you were put on birth control, maybe it was for pregnancy prevention, but it was also to help your acne, or maybe it was just to help your acne or your painful periods, you've had an underlying imbalance for several years that birth control just masked. It didn't just fix it. So again, we're assuming that hormones are the only things impacted by birth control, when in reality, it goes much, much deeper. There's several layers that we just talked about, and we're just scratching the surface of those layers. And if you've been dealing with this for years, it's not going to magically go away just by stopping birth control and waiting 6 months. Those symptoms, that acne, that painful period, that missing period, those things are going to come back. And oftentimes they're going to come back even worse because of the long-term ramifications that birth control has on these deeper body systems. So we need to fix the imbalance, and we need to, give our body what it needed back when we started birth control, instead of masking it with the artificial hormones. So that's why symptoms won't magically resolve at the 6-month mark. And that's why I get so riled up when I see people saying that, because one, it really dismisses women's lived experiences when, for example, I dealt with post-birth control syndrome for 4 years after stopping birth control before I discovered the world of functional testing and functional nutrition. I had no clue what was going on in my own body, and I was the picture of health, right? Like, I'm a dietitian and I was doing all the things. And it's because I was put on birth control for a missing period and for my acne. and those deeper layers weren't addressed. I mean, I addressed the root cause of my missing period. That was an undiagnosed eating disorder. I addressed that. But my acne, again, until I discovered the world of functional testing, I had no clue what was causing it. And when I actually did that, I learned I had H. pylori. I had really low minerals. My nervous system was a wreck. My stress resiliency wasn't good. I had basically my liver enzymes were almost to the point of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is crazy. So my body was not functioning optimally, which is why I struggled for 4 years with acne, anxiety, some anovulatory periods, even when I was living a really healthy lifestyle, because I didn't know what my body was asking for. So when women just tell other women to just wait, or when doctors tell women to just wait, it's setting them up for more months of symptoms, feeling broken or like they're doing something wrong, believing something, I guess feeling like they're not being believed and that they're crazy, being told that their labs look normal even when they're not and their body is telling them otherwise. And maybe at the worst case scenario, when they've gone months and they've gone years with these symptoms, maybe it's they feel stuck between a rock and a hard place of like, well, I guess I just have to get back on birth control to mask these symptoms even more. And so that's my goal of like really letting women know that it's not just the hormones that it's impacting, it's also these deeper rooted imbalances that need addressed. And birth control didn't fix these things, it masked them and it made them worse over time. You're adding fuel to the fire of these deeper imbalances. So what actually helps your body get back into balance post-pill or IUD is testing versus guessing. So working with an expert like myself to run targeted lab testing to identify what are those hidden imbalances that your body is screaming out for help with, right? So maybe it's running an HTMA and looking at your minerals like copper and iron regulation and your stress patterns. Maybe it's a GI map to see if there's any hidden gut infections or bacteria, too much or too little of the good bacteria, digestion and how your body is breaking down and absorbing the food if it's having any issues with that. Functional blood work to look at a full thyroid panel, not just TSH, your liver enzymes and other markers of detoxification and inflammation, your iodine to look at your thyroid and your detox support. This lets us know the why behind your symptoms, not just, oh, you're dealing with this, but your labs look normal. It's because a lot of times you haven't had the right labs run or the right person looking at them. And then prepping before you stop. Again, if you're listening to this might be preaching to the choir of like, oh shit, like I wish I knew this before. That was me, hands up. I didn't know this until after I stopped and I reverse engineered it, like I said. And there's still hope for you because with my signature framework, I work with a lot of clients who have stopped birth control and they're regretting it. So I not only work with women who are prepping to stop and coming off, they thankfully found me before coming off birth control. But I'm also working with a lot of women who found me too late or was like, oh, well, like, let's just stop and see what happens. And it doesn't go well. And then they start working with me. So we work on rebuilding minerals first, supporting detox pathways, strengthening digestion and gut health, balancing blood sugar, creating safety within the nervous system, and really dialing in nutrition to make for sure that your body is nourished and fueled, because food first is so helpful. It's crazy, like just having the right protocol for you that's based in nutrition and sustainable lifestyle changes with some targeted supplements thrown in there. I mean, it really makes the difference between a post-pill storm or a post-IUD storm and a smooth transition off. And it can also help you heal so much quicker versus what I had to do and go through because I didn't have anyone like myself at the time of just trial and erroring it and wasting so much time and money being told like, oh, things look normal, just go back on birth control. And then just having to like figure it out myself. So I'm grateful that I had to go through that because that's what inspired me to open my own business and help prevent that from happening to other women. And at the time it was really, really rough. So prepping your body before stopping, as well as supporting your body after you stop. So it's the same thing, right? Once your hormones wake up, your body still needs additional support if you're not bouncing back to normal, right? And this is exactly what I do inside my coaching programs. So I help women safely transition off birth control, prepare their body ahead of time through the functional testing and through targeted nutrition, lifestyle, and supplement protocols. So they have a smoother transition off so they can get their periods back faster. They're pain-free or with minimal side effects. They heal their acne post-pill. And it's because we're not just sitting around waiting for hormones to magically rebalance themselves back. In my coaching programs, we test, we prep, and we support the the systems strategically that actually control hormones so your body can do what it's designed to do. Your body wants to heal. It just needs the raw materials. It needs the tools to actually do that. So yes, technically it can take up to 6 months for your hormones to regulate post-pill, but if there are deeper systems that aren't supported or aren't optimized, your hormones aren't going to balance out themselves, and or you're going to continue to struggle with those post-pill symptoms for months or even years afterward. So if you're preparing to stop birth control or you're already off and you feel like your body is spiraling, I created a free masterclass called Break Up with Birth Control that helps you and walks you through what symptoms actually mean, how to strategically prepare to come off birth control for a smooth transition off, what labs make the biggest difference in that transition, and my exact framework with real client case studies that show you that process and how it works. And this also applies if you come off birth control and you're reverse engineering it like I was. So this masterclass is really a great sneak peek into how I help women safely transition off birth control as well as repair their hormones at the root after coming off for lasting, sustainable success. So it's linked below in the show notes. And if you're wanting more personalized support, that's exactly what I do inside my coaching program. So always feel free to reach out. We can hop on a quick call and chat through options and make for sure that it's a mutual good fit. So if you're someone who you've been in a Facebook group, you've seen on Reddit, just wait and see what happens, and it's not happening, you're not satisfied, or you keep going back to your doctor's office and they keep saying like, just wait, things will level out. Oh, I guess you have to go back on birth control for it to fix it. Just know there's more to the story than you've been told, unfortunately. And I'm happy and unhappy to be the one that has to share this with you, but I hope it brought insight. I hope that you feel aware of your body now more than you did and know that there are deeper answers out there. You just need the right testing and the right support and the right plan to dig deeper and know exactly what your body has been crying out for help for after stopping birth control. If you found this episode helpful, please leave a 5-star review, a comment, or a review. It really means the world to me. Or just send me a message on Instagram letting me know that you listened and what you found helpful, or any light bulbs or, insights you gained from it. I love hearing from you all. And until next time, stay nourished, friends.